Mm, mm, mm.
Go ahead.
All right. I didn't hear recorded. No, I've got it. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I'm Judge Melanie Williams. And at this calendar today, we will address cases for those individuals who have been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, please pay attention. You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney today. As you can see, I am conducting this hearing by video. I am not there in person with you. That means any member of the public can log on and watch this proceeding. It's also being recorded. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I'm referring to. Those who receive a signature bond will be reset. Further notice, those who receive a surety or a cash bond are going to our state all-purpose calendar on September the 11th, whereby aspects of the case, including bond, contact, and other provisions can be revisited. I understand we have an interpreter case today, positions 24 and 25. Who represents that defendant?
Judge, it'll be me. There's actually there are two different defendants that need Mandarin. One of them actually speaks enough English. I'm sorry, I don't have the calendar right in front of me, Judge.
Position
And you
number
have,
position number 22 will need the Mandarin interpreter as well.
okay, so you haven't interviewed them at all yet, Mr. Haddad?
One of them I have, Judge. The last position you mentioned, she speaks enough English. I spoke to her, but once the Mandarin interpreter is on, I'll
The
speak.
interpreter's on. That's why I was asking. Is the parties that might need interpretation at courtroom two, or can they be taken somewhere so Mr. Haddad can interview?
Well, at the moment, the other courtrooms are occupied, so give us a moment. The courtroom one should be down in probably next 10 minutes.
Okay,
And,
let me
and
go ahead and swear the interpreter in so that when that happens, we can just go straight to the breakout. Will you please state your name for the record?
Mandarin interpreter Yang Chao.
All right, sir, do you swear or affirm today that you will make an accurate translation from English to Mandarin, Mandarin to English to the best of your skills, knowledge, and ability?
Yes, I do.
All right, so when courtroom one is available, let's please place Mr. Haddad in there with the parties who need to be interviewed, all right?
and
Yes,
Judge,
ma'am.
I also have a Spanish interpreter as well. Same thing.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
okay.
but I'm quick. That's the good news, Judge. I'm fast.
I mean, I would like that on a Friday that I get hit with two interpreter cases. All right, Consuelo, I'm sorry, Mr. Peak, is that gonna be our, no, I'm sorry, who is our Spanish interpreter? Do we have a Spanish interpreter today? Let me not assume this, Consuelo.
We requested one, Judge, but just let me make sure that they'll be on.
Okay. All right. I guess we forge ahead. I think, have all other defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients? Are there other parties still waiting to interview their clients?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Murphy, you've had the opportunity or you need to interview someone?
I need to interview. I've already spoken to Catrice Monroe, position 15, but I believe I've got Mr. Campbell, number 3, and number 9.
Can Mr. Murphy call courtroom two? Is there a phone he can use there?
Well, actually, Miss Campbell talked to Miss McLeod earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so well, that's Miss McLeod. What was the other one?
And
Position 9?
Mr. Hampton, he talked to Miss McLeod earlier too. That's
Okay.
Okay, I guess that's not gonna work out today then, Mr. Murphy.
So I have Monroe then. Okay.
Okay,
I've already
all
spoken
right,
to her. Okay.
all right.
Your Honor, I have not had the position to speak to, I have not had the opportunity to speak to position 6 and 7. I tried to call courtroom 2 back.
Can Ms. Tucker give the courtroom two a call?
Position number 6 has a paid lawyer.
Okay, and what about the
Position
other
number
ones?
7 bonded out.
Okay, so that takes care of that. Are there other announcements at the jail?
Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on one. Position number 12, Mr. Marquis King. He's gonna be a reset. MH. Position number 21, Christopher Sheets is a reset. M.A.
Sam Raven, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, I apologize. But there's position 16 and 17 that was not on the poll sheets, and I just noticed her. Apparently, she was accused on 2 cases. And just going by the name, Judge, I don't know if she needs a Spanish interpreter or not.
Do we know?
She's
She was on the last page of the pool sheet.
And just to let everybody know, she has bonded out on our cases. She is
Ah,
only in
okay.
jail on an ICE hold.
Okay, so we don't need to talk to her.
Close. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for that patience and all the administrative matters we took place. Who is at courtroom 2 now?
Position number 10 has private counsel.
Dustin Hirsch, Your Honor.
Okay, thank
Kevin
you.
Buck on his behalf.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Hirsch. Your case is 25 CR 005126A. In this case, you're charged with 2 counts of simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Howard.
4 total, 2019 DUI, 17 simple battery dismissed, and 2010 disorderly conduct resisting dismissed. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 28th, officers arrived at 855 Peachtree Street Northeast in reference to a domestic dispute. When they arrived, they spoke with Mr. Hurst, the defendant, who informed officers that there was a disagreement between he and his girlfriend, Ms. Vu Massenpapan, who's the victim here, and it escalated and became physical. He told officers that Ms. Vu slapped him on his right cheek, and he called the police first because he had been in a situation like this prior and ended up in jail. So he just wanted to document this incident. Officers spoke with Ms. Vu, who stated that there was a verbal argument, and she was going out on the balcony. She took a blanket outside. The defendant came behind her, pushed her, grabbed her by her face, and then dragged her back inside the apartment and pinned her down on the bed. She attempted to remove him from her by punching him and kicking him. Officers determined on the scene that after speaking to both parties, they believed that the defendant was the primary aggressor and placed him under arrest. We were unable to reach Ms. Vu, but I believe that she's joined us here in court today. So the state's recommendation, Your Honor, is $1,000 surety. It'll be no contact with Ms. Vu, a stay away from the incident location, which is 855 Peachtree Street Northeast. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and we'll sound for Ms. Vu at this time, Your Honor, and that'll be all for the state.
All right, is Ms. Vu present and wishes to make a very brief statement? Okay, and I don't see anyone with that name either. All right, counsel, please proceed.
And Judge,
She's on.
I believe that she's trying to.
She's on.
Okay, did she want to make a statement? You need to unmute, raise your right hand. Unmute, do that first, please. Please
Okay.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right, let me give you some instructions. What I'm most concerned with today is whether you have any concerns for your safety, whether you wish to have contact with the defendant. And, there will be another proceeding. He is entitled to a bond today, and the facts, whether or not you disagree or agree with those as presented by the state, is not what I'm most concerned with. So in light of those instructions, Ms. Vu, what would you like to tell me?
I have no fear of my safety with Dustin. I would like to continue contact with him. So yeah, I think he should be able to come on home, please.
All right, counsel, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hirsch has lived in Atlanta since 2013. He works as a pharmacist. He has very minimal criminal history, as stated by the state. I would note that the DUI was not a conviction for a DUI, not a DUI, it was a reckless. He and Ms. Vu have been in a relationship for 2 years. Judge, I would note that they do not share the residence together. While they are in a relationship, that is a condo that is owned by Mr. Hirsch, and he lives there by himself, of course, spending time with Ms. Vu. So we would ask that he be permitted entry to his own residence, and we would ask that the condition, rather than being no contact, being no harassing or threatening violent contact with Ms. Vu, and we would ask that he be released on his own recognizance, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and as he receives a surety bond, his case will be reset to the September 11th SAP. Is there anything additional from state or defense as it pertains to this case?
What is the attorney's name, Judge? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
I'm sorry. Yeah, counsel, please enter your appearance for us.
It is Kevin, last name Marks, Markes. Your Honor, I was just retained on this one. I brought a written entry of appearance. I don't believe I can e-file it, but I'll get that over to the court
Okay.
either by the end of today or else Tuesday morning.
Just file it as soon as you can, all right?
I will do so.
All right. Does that conclude your business today, Mr. Marks?
Yes, it does, Your Honor.
All right. You can be excused and best of luck to each of the parties, all right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Take care. All right. Who do we have next?
Position number 6, Ms. Elliott, and she also has private counsel.
All right. And counsel, please enter your appearance.
Caleb Abraham on behalf of Ms. Elliott. Your Honor, I was retained on this case earlier, late this morning. I do have my appearance here with me. I have not entered it yet, but I will do so.
Okay. File it soon. And I'm sorry, please spell your last name for me.
My last name is spelled A-V as in Victor, R-A-H-A-M as in Michael.
All right. Thank you. All right, Ms. Elliott, your case is 25 CR 005131E. You're charged with 1 count of battery family violence and 1 count of simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights today? All right, thank you, Mr. Howard. First arrest, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on August 28th, 2025 at 240 Grant Street in Atlanta, Georgia. The victim in this case, Mr. Mackay Mason, called police to indicate that, I can just get to my place. That the defendant was in the process of packing her belongings. He stated that he got into a verbal altercation with her, and she caused bruising on his upper arm by standing up from a chair and pushing on him, which resulted in bruising to his person. Officers then placed her under arrest. They had been living together for about 4 years at the time of this incident. We do ask, as this is her first offense, for an SOB through pretrial services. We had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Mason. He did state that during the discussion, he agreed to have her name removed off the lease and she would move out. He confirmed the events in the warrant and stated he had bruises and scratches from the incident. He also stated they share no children and he believes she has anger issues, but denies any prior acts of violence. I will ask for a stay away from 240 Grant Street Southeast in Atlanta, which the victim, Mr. Mason, requested. 8 weeks of anger awareness, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no firearms, as well as no further contact with Mr. Mason. We would like to sound for Mr. Mason at this time, and that's all for the state.
All right, is Mr. Mason present? And wishes to make a brief statement? If so, please unmute quickly. I'm checking. I don't see anyone with that name. Okay. All right, counsel, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Elliott is 24 years old. As the state signified, she did live at that residence with the alleged victim. Obviously, the facts here are different, but she has had no prior incidents, no prior arrests, no prior incidents of violence with this defendant or with this victim or with anyone else. We would agree to some sort of pretrial resolution. We believe that 8 weeks is probably a bit too long. We would like to have a shorter period on that. As far as so long as she can be bonded out on her own recognizance, we're fine with some pretrial diversion program and with anger management as well, but probably the 4-week anger management and not the 8-week version.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. It's going to be $2,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case and stay away from that location. She can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. If she needs to return to that location, and she's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, because she is getting a signature bond through pretrial, she will be reset for the notice.
Judge, what's the second charge? I only saw the one charge.
It's 2,000. She has a battery, family violence, and a simple.
And Your Honor, will Your Honor give any kind of anger awareness or anger management?
I did the
that
one
victim
day.
did?
I did the
Okay.
1 day anger awareness, but again, that's up to me, not what the victim wants. All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned. I believe that concludes this case.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Does that conclude your business as well?
Yes, Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be dismissed?
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon. All right. Who do we have next?
Number 9, Mr. Hampton.
And can we take Mr. Murphy's case after this?
It's Mr. Murphy case. I think she's at ACDC.
Oh, okay. I'm trying. All right, Mr. Hampton, your case is 25 CR 005124J. You're charged with battery and simple battery. Do you understand your rights today? All right, Mr. Howard.
But he got 118. Last arrest was this year. Possession of drug-related objects, NOLO. 2016 brawling. Possession of drug-related objects, resisting conviction. 100 of the cycles come out of Florida.
Okay. All right, thank you, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 27th, officers were dispatched to 180 Memorial Drive Southwest. When they arrived on scene, they observed 2 males appearing to be in a verbal dispute on the sidewalk. And officers actually passed them up and came back because they saw the defendant on top of Mr. Ryan Hughley, striking him multiple times. When officers actually stopped him, Mr. Hughley stated that the defendant threw a rock at him prior to the officers arriving on the scene. But officers saw visible cuts and scratches on Mr. Hughley's head and left thigh. And they placed the defendant under arrest. We did speak to Mr. Hughley. He stated that he does not know the defendant. He confirmed the events in the warrant and he would like no contact. And I believe he was not going to join us here today. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, is a $2,500 surety bond, no contact with Ryan Hughley, a stay away from 180 Memorial Drive Southwest, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol, and we'll just sound for Mr. Hughley out of an abundance of caution. But again, I don't think he's joined us. That'll be all for the state.
All right, is Mr. Hughley present? Wishes to make a very brief statement? Hearing none, Ms. McLeod, is this your case?
Your Honor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please proceed.
Yeah, my client is 61 years old, Your Honor. He is currently unemployed and he is challenged when it comes to housing. I would ask the court to take that into consideration. He also tells me that Mr. Hughley attacked him first, that Mr. Hughley actually threw 3 rocks at him before all of this happened. And that's the reason why they got into this altercation, because apparently they may have been panhandling or something. And I guess Mr. Hughley didn't like the fact that my client was there. He got upset and threw some rocks at him. And this is what caused this altercation. So I would ask the court to take that into consideration, as my client was not the primary aggressor here. And he really doesn't have any money to post bond because he's unemployed. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. McLeod. At this time, defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. He's to have no contact with Mr. Hughley and stay away from that location. He is also, I'm going to ask for a social worker visit as well. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he is going to all purpose on the 11th of September. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Hampton. Who do we have next?
Good afternoon, Judge. I have Mr. Murphy's case right here, position number 15, Ms. Monroe.
And did ACDC hear their rights?
No, Judge.
All right. Good afternoon, all defendants at ACDC. If you can hear me, please listen closely. You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney today, and as you can see, I am conducting this hearing over the internet. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I'm referring to. Ms. Monroe, your case is 25 CR 005117J. You're charged with battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights? All right, I'm assuming that's a yes. It looked like a yes. Mr. Howard, can I
Who
have
is
her?
this?
15 Monroe.
11. On probation out of DeKalb County, disorderly conduct. On probation out of Coweta, shoplifting. 2024 terrorist threats, disorderly conduct conviction, got a probation. 2021 trespass, NOLO. 2021 disorderly conduct, NOLO.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 27th, officers were dispatched to 4375 Cascade Road, apartment J125, in reference to a person stabbed. When they arrived on scene, they made contact with Mr. Calvin Dennis, the victim here, who was outside sitting on the steps, and he informed officers that the defendant and himself share a child together, and they lived together at the incident location. And she had thrown a portable speaker at his face, and officers saw a visible laceration above his right eye. He informed officers they were arguing over infidelity concerns. Um, the defendant thought she saw glitter on him, and that sparked a verbal argument. Mr. Dennis was arguing back with her, and she threw the speaker at him. He recorded himself attempting to look at his eye injury in the bathroom, and the defendant was standing behind him and reaching around him, attempting to knock the phone from his hands. And he was able to play that to officers to kind of give them a purview of what was happening. Officers did speak to the defendant. She was informing officers that she was stabbed with scissors. Ultimately, officers decided on the scene that they could not corroborate that, as her injuries didn't match with any of the scissors or anything she was alleging that she had been stabbed with. So they therefore placed her under arrest for throwing the speaker at Mr. Dennis and causing a laceration on his eye. So we did speak to Mr. Dennis. He stated that they do have arguments every now and again. They are in a relationship together. He feels like at this time she wasn't in her right mind and she needs to undergo some sort of alcohol treatment because she drinks a lot. They share a 2-year-old son, and he would like no further violent contact because he would like her to have contact with him and their child. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, is a $1,500 surety bond. We're asking for no violent contact with Calvin Dennis, a ADET, a 5-day anger awareness course, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. We'll sound for Mr. Dennis at this time, and that'll be all for the state.
All right, is Mr. Dennis present or wishes to make a statement? Okay. Mr. Murphy?
Judge, I have had a chance to speak to Ms. Monroe. She's agreed to have the hearing done virtually. We just want to address the issue of bond. My client has been a victim in several cases where Mr. Dennis has been charged. This has clearly been probably a torrid relationship. My client is a native of Atlanta, went to high school here, graduated here, is gainfully employed in the restaurant industry for the last 11 months. She does share a child with Mr. Dennis. They have not subsequently married, or there's been no legitimation filed, according to my client. My client supports her elderly mother as well. My client would be able to relocate if the court would consider a signature bond therein. She does have some resources to relocate, and because she does need to get back out to retain her employment, which is due by tomorrow. And she wants to be able to manage her 2-year-old child, which is now in the care of her mother right now, who is elderly. Again, this has been an ongoing thing, but in recognition of that, Judge, my client has indicated she will relocate if you allow us a signature bond, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sorry, and did the state request to stay away, Ms. Harrison?
We did not, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and she will be reset to all purpose on the 11th. Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
who is speaking?
This is Calvin Dennis.
Okay, we sounded for you, Mr. Dennis. You need to turn on your
I've been,
camera.
yeah, I'm trying to. It keeps saying they want to. Okay, now it's saying that I can start my camera.
Please
How you
raise your
guys
right
doing?
hand. Raise your right
Yes,
hand.
ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
Well, I would just like to tell you right now, I know she's going through a difficult time. She's had troubles with drugs in the past and with alcohol. She's been through a lot. I'm 52 years old. She's 28. I know a lot of stuff that I understand and understand about the law and learn lessons from the past and all, which are a lot of things she hasn't been through. Now that particular night, I
No,
was
no, I don't
accused
want
of.
you to tell me about the facts of it, what happened. We're gonna
Okay.
have another
I just
hearing
I just
about
I
that.
just I just I just I just want you guys to know it's just been a lot of stress under me just losing my job. And I've been working for myself. And apparently, she's kind of upset because I've been getting home later than, whatever. And I don't think she didn't mean to do what she did and didn't respect this result to me or whatever. But all I ask is that we don't have a lot of money. Her mother is still staying with me, trying to take care of the my 2-year-old son. He just turned 2 yesterday, and her son, which I call mine too, who's 6 years old. And right now we can't even do anything without her. And I'm sorry this incident happened, but I just need to show that you just can't get mad and just do anything. Incident does happen, and with the amount of blood that I seen, it was
Okay.
superficial. I'm okay now. I just need her home with her children.
Okay. Bond is gonna remain as set, and you can go through a bonding company. Perhaps Mr. Murphy can give you some additional insight. All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense? All right, best of luck to all parties. Mr. Murphy, does that conclude your business today?
All I have, Judge. Miss McLeod took those other two cases.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, who do we have? Can we take Miss McLeod's cases?
I gotta get the other female. She's not in the court right now. But I do have position number 2, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown, okay. Mr. Brown, your case is 25 CR 005121G. You're charged with disorderly conduct and criminal trespass. You understand your rights? All right, Mr.
At 17, you got an open trespass, 25 CR 004067G. Open case out of Tennessee for disorderly conduct. I got a 2025 trespass FTA. 2022 trespass conviction, failure to appear as well. 2021 aggravating 911 calls conviction. 2019 bomb threat retaliation for past action conviction. And a 2019 reckless endangerment conviction.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Falk.
Yes, Your Honor. So this happened on August 28th, 2025 at 25 Park Place, which is Georgia State University property. The defendant made contact with LaTanya Edwards, who's a Georgia State University staff member who is at the information booth for students in the courtyard of that location. The defendant walked up to Miss Edwards and was trying to take items off of her desk. She stopped him and told him that they were only for students. He then got irate and told her that she was EO 59636. She got up from the booth. She stated that the defendant then began following her and said, "You look like that bitch from CPS. I wish I had my gun on me." He was then swiftly arrested. The defendant had a stay away order that had been issued on August 21st, 2025 by Judge Mather as part of a $600 SOB through the jail on 25 CR 004067. That case was modified from a $600 surety bond issued by Judge Mincy on July 18th of 2025. Within 7 days of him being released on that $600 SOB through the jail, he went right back to Georgia State University and then began harassing an employee at that location. We did speak with Miss Edwards. She stated she does not know him. She believes he may be MH. She denies any injuries, but stated she was a little shaken up. And she is asking for a no contact and a stay away. We are requesting a $1,000 surety bond, no further contact with LaTanya Edwards, stay away from all Georgia State University property, a social worker visit, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We are also asking that this case be reset along with 25 CR 004067G to the next SAP calendar. That's all for the state. We would like to sound from Ms. Edwards if she is present.
Okay, is Ms. Edwards present? All right. Who represents us? Oh, Ms. Tucker, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brown is 37 years of age. He was able to give me a residential address that he's maintained for the last 2 years. He has indicated that he's completed some college. We have no objections to a stay away, as well as no objections to no contact with Ms. Edwards. We are just requesting that the court set the lowest bond that they will allow in this matter.
All right. Defendant's going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He is to absolutely stay away from Georgia State in its entirety. Have no contact with Ms. Edwards. I am going to ask for a social worker visit. And of course, he's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. And if he can be reset with his companion case, Ms. Strong, I would appreciate that. All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned.
How much?
500 on each, correct?
500 each, yes. All right, who do we have next? We're on a roll for a moment.
Your Honor, while we're waiting on position number 25, that case actually, she bonded out back in 2024 on that case. The only case that she is in custody on is position 24.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, I thought this was the person with the ice hold. So she's.
No. The position person with the ice hold was 16 and 17.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
No worries.
Are there no positions we can take at ACD? Oh, Mr. Haddad, have you done your interview?
Judge, I'm ready, to whoever
Okay.
needs to.
Can we place Mr. Haddad courtroom 1 in the interpreter? And can we take a position at ACDC?
Yes, Judge. We have position number. I'm sorry, Judge. We had a little situation here. Position number 20. Actually, I do have a quick announcement for position number 20. Rivers, she waived her appearance. We can also do her case as well. But we do have position number 24 and 25.
Okay, and is that she needed to use the interpreter or Mr. But Mr. Haddad is gone. We can't do that one. We'll be back. He went to speak with the interpreter for the other position.
Okay,
So go ahead.
basically, Judge, all of the cases here are for Mr. Haddad.
Okay, so we'll go to
Diamond Campbell.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Not sure if you will be needing my services today.
I believe there was someone, which Mr. Haddad is gone. Lucia, so he was, what position needed Miss Lucia services?
I was told position 19.
I'm gonna send him to courtroom 1 while they're still in breakout sessions, and then she can just join.
Okay, hold one moment for us, Lucia. Thank you. All right, who do we have at courtroom 2?
This is position 4, Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, your case is 25 CR 005143Y. Your charge was battery, simple battery, and obstruction. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please proceed with us. Okay, thank you. Miss, is this whose case is this? Is this Miss Falk?
Mine, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, this incident, let me just get to my place. Okay. It looks like this incident happened August 26th of 2025. Officers responded to, and I did have two different addresses, but the correct one is going to be 3281 Stacy Lane in East Point. They spoke with Miss Brianna White, who stated that her boyfriend had come home very upset and gotten very drunk. He was severely upset about a close friend who had passed away, and he became very aggressive. They began arguing, and he hit her in the jaw on the left side of her face, which began a physical fight. She stated that the two of them separated themselves, and she went upstairs to her kid's bedroom to call 911. She also stated that while he was inside on the couch, he made threats to kill himself, and he was armed at one point with a knife and a hammer. However, she did not indicate that the knife or the hammer was ever pointed or directed at her. I will say that the officers, when they went and spoke with the defendant, they did observe that Miss White had a visible busted lip. They then tried to take the defendant into custody. However, he ran away from them. He then locked himself in the residence. It took approximately 2 hours for the officers to actually get into the residence and take the defendant into custody. We did have an opportunity to speak with Miss White. She stated that the defendant has tried to call her and her daughter, and she said he called and asked for his mother's number. She also stated that the defendant was intoxicated and taking it out on her. He drinks a lot. This is not the first time he has become physical with her, and he has gotten loud in the past, tossed to himself and yells. She does say that it's a health concern for her, and when he gets home, the kids are often asleep. She said during this incident, her daughter was playing outside and the son was asleep in the home. She also explained that she believes there may be some MH issues here and he needs MH and ADET. Although she stated she is okay with him coming home, the state does have some concerns about the behavior at the scene, as well as what occurred between him and the officers when they tried to take him into custody. For that reason, we are asking for a $4,000 surety bond, $2,000 on the family violence battery, $1,000 on the simple battery, $1,000 on the obstruction of a law enforcement officer. No further contact with Brianna White. Stay away from 3281 Stacy Lane in East Point. ADET and an MHET, or at least a social worker visit. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, specifically no firearms. We would like to sound for Miss Brianna White at this time. And that's all for the state.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Howard, you did confirm this was first? I'm just making sure.
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. White, if you wish to make a statement, this is your opportunity. Please turn on your camera and raise your right hand. You are not required to make a statement, but this is your opportunity if you wish to do so. Okay. Ms. Tucker, do you object to a signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services, a 2-day anger awareness, a stay away, and no further contact?
No objection, Your Honor. We would request that he be allowed a one-time police escort to pick up his property at that address. He has resided there for a little under 2 years. That has been his primary residence. And then we will also ask for the court to allow third-party transfer of the children. The alleged victim in this case is the mother of his 2 children.
Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services, 2,000, count 1, 1,000 on each remaining count. It's going to be at level 2. He is to take a 2-day anger awareness course and have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that address. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. And he can also engage a third party to transfer his child.
And
All
the state
right.
objects to a signature bond on this one based on the facts of the case.
All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned. All right. We have returned Mr. Haddad. After we do this, the Spanish interpreter is on the line, so that'll be your next one. But we're going to take up this interpretation case. Ms. Falk has indicated, this is position 24 and 25, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So, but not at ACDC. Who's at courtroom 1?
Mr. Reyes.
So
What
that's the
position?
Spanish, that's the Spanish,
Okay, so, okay. What about the other position that required Mandarin
so
interpretation? You just did that one?
I already spoke to her, Judge. She's actually sitting in courtroom 1 on the bench.
Okay, so
and
we
I'm
can,
ready. Yeah,
we can do that one?
Yes, but the ACDC is the other Chinese individual, but she speaks enough English. She understood me, Judge. So we're ready on that.
Okay.
Whatever the
So-
court wishes to do.
All right, and then of course we'll need you to do your Spanish interpretation next. So let's take this one so we can dismiss the other interpreter. This is case 25 CR 005078E, in which, ma'am, you are charged with simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass and damage to property.
This is screwed up. Okay, so where do we go? Where do we do now?
这个女士哈，你这个案子号码是25CR005878E，你被起诉的罪名是，这个简单的这个打架伤害罪、家庭暴力罪，还有这个破坏财产罪，还有这个非法入侵罪4项罪名。
You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney.
你有权利保持沉默，你有权利聘请律师。
And as you can see, I'm conducting this hearing by video.
你可以看出来，我今天做这个听证会是用这个视频的方式来进行的。
Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing today?
你明白不明白今天你在这个听证会上所拥有的权利？你明白吗？
Really loud. Mic is right here, okay? Yes, I think I just broke the phone, but I'm sorry that the simple battery and others.
No.
Judge, I'm sorry. This is the wrong defendant, Judge.
That's what I was asking. That's what I thought.
The one we're dealing with, Judge, is in courtroom 1. She's sitting at counsel.
Okay, so yeah,
Well,
okay.
I
So
thought that this was Zai Hugh. We saw her on Wednesday.
We had to.
Yeah, and at ACDC too.
She's bonded out on one, but apparently there's another case, Ms. Harrison. Is that correct, Ms. Falk?
Yeah, sure, that's correct.
So we'll have to come back to the young lady at ACDC in a moment, but we're speaking with the young lady at courtroom 1. So to the young lady at courtroom 1, if the interpreter will interpret this, do you understand your rights and the case information I just presented?
你明白你的权利吗？你明白不明白刚才我给你讲的你这个案子里的起诉和你案子的情况，你都听明白了吗？
这个它与事实不符合的。
Well, the case does not match the facts here.
Okay. Well, but do you understand your rights that you're being charged with simple battery and criminal trespass? This is position 24, correct, Mr. Haddad? No, she's position what?
This is the courtroom 1 is
Position number 22, Miss Sheen.
Miss Sheen.
Okay, so let's do that again.
Yeah, because the case number matches position 24, who's at ACDC.
ACDC. Okay, can we do the? You know what? I've already gone through the ACDC case. Can we just do that one? All right. So then, to the young lady at ACDC, do you understand your rights?
这是对那个在 ACDC 的那个年轻的女士说的，你明白你的权利吗？
就是我可以找律师。
No, tell her one moment at courtroom.
那你先等一下好吗？你要等一下，现在没在讲你的案子，等一下。
I'm sorry, Judge. I don't mean to interrupt. She didn't need one. She understands. She's good to go.
Your Honor, she was reset on Wednesday because when we tried to proceed, Judge Law had concerns that she didn't understand, but she maintained that on Wednesday. However, she was reset, so we would have a Mandarin interpreter, so she would fully understand the proceeding.
All right, so we're gonna still interpret this one and keep going on position 24. All right, Mr. Howard, can we have the history for position 24?
Second arrest, 2024 simple assault, family violence.
这是他第2次被捕了，在2024年有一个家庭暴力，有一个简单情节的打架斗殴伤害罪。
All right, thank you. Ms. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor. On Tuesday, August 26th, officers responded to 7220 Amberley Way for a domestic dispute.
在这个星期二8月26号的时候，这个警察有去这个 7220，right？
Mm-hmm.
7220这个 Amberley Way 这个地方有去处理一个家庭内部的这个争执。
Lee King, I'm sorry, called 911 and stated his wife was yelling and charging at him. He showed officers video footage of the defendant pushing her minor child into her mother-in-law and grabbing her cell phone out of her hand and throwing it on the floor.
这个利用 King 有打电话，他说他太太有对他喊，然后冲向他，然后把孩子扔向他的那个岳母那里，完了还把他扔到地上。他给警察看了一个视频截图。
Officers discovered there was a small dent and scratch in the phone and a ping in the corner and placed the defendant under arrest.
这个警察注意到在那个角落上面，在地上有这么一个小小的坑，所以就把这个被告就抓起来了。
The state's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond. We have not had contact with the victim, Mr. Lei Yunqing, and so the state's recommendation is no contact and a stay away from the incident location due to the prior incident, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. And that'll be all for the state. We'll
政府的建议现在就是给他1500块钱的履约保释金，然后到现在为止联系不上这个案子里的受害人雷永 King， 所以说就说跟他不可以有任何的接触，也不可以回去那个地方，要离开那个地方。另外，在这段期间取保候审之间，不能拥有武器，不能这个喝酒，不能使用毒品。
Okay, we'll sound for Mr. Lei Yu-King in the event that he's joined us. That'll be all for the state.
我希望你们叫一下雷永 King， 看他是不是在线上，让他看看有没有机会讲话。
Is that party present? Is Mr. King present? Wishes to make a brief statement?
King 先生，你在线上吗？
Your Honor, I'm here, but I'm not the direct victim. I was a person who called 911.
Okay.
法官大人，我在线上，我不是直接的受害人，我只是那个当时打电话打911的那个人。
I'm only sounding for the victim in this case, Mr. I forget the name. What was the name, Ms. Harrison?
She's my mom.
Okay.
我只是在叫这个案子里的这个受害人哦，她是我妈。
Your Honor, if I may, the alleged victim is the mother, but this is the husband, and I think all three live together. And I'm assuming the mother does not speak any English, Judge.
法官大人，这个案子里所谓的这个受害人是妈妈哈，这个是他妈妈的儿子，他们3个人是住在一起。
I'll hear from the mother if she's there with the assistance of interpretation.
妈妈不讲英文，法官说妈妈不讲英文可以，现在有翻译，妈妈是可以讲话，我可以通过翻译来听妈妈要讲什么。
Can I say something? Because I'm not do that purpose. I don't do the. I just keep the keys to because she.
No, don't talk. You're gonna say something you don't mean to say. Okay, so the victim is not on the line.
所以受害人不在线上吗？
Your Honor, may I clarify something?
Very quickly, because we have a large calendar. I only hear from the victims in this
法官
case.
大人，我能不能澄清一点事？你要快一点哈，今天我们的这个日程上好多人。
The contact I left for the police was my phone number, so I was notified. That's why I joined on Wednesday and also today. And my mom didn't get aware of this situation, so that's why she didn't show up. We're at different locations.
我跟我妈是在不同的地方，当时报警的时候，警察留的是我电话，所以我今天得到了通知，我才出现了。
Do you want to call your mother?
你要不要打电话给你妈？
Quickly.
很快。
I can try.
哎呀，我试一下吧。
All right, Mr. Haddad.
Judge, my client is 36 years of age, Judge. She has 2 kids, a 7-month-old and a 6-year-old daughter.
法官大人，我的当事人36岁，2个小孩，一个7个月大，一个是6岁大的女儿。
And my understanding is the parties, being my client and her husband, are living together, but undergoing through a divorce.
据我的理解，我的当事人跟她的丈夫是住在一起，但是正在进行一个离婚的官司。
And I would just ask the court to ask the husband whether he wants to no violent contact, just from his perspective, Judge. Obviously, it's the court's decision.
法官大人，当然这是您的决定。我是希望你还是问一下她丈夫吧，到底是没有接触还是没有暴力接触就可以了。你问一下他好吗？
And
Can I clarify, Mr. Haddad? I'm sorry, I need to clarify the relationship between her and the victim is what?
She's the mother-in-law. The victim is the mother-in-law.
她跟那个受害人到底是什么关系？那是她的那个婆婆啊，她是她婆婆。
And also, Judge, I do not know whether they all live together or not. I believe that my client is still living with her husband, who's the son. So I don't know if the
法官大人，我不知道他们3个人是不是住在一起，但是至少我知道我的当事人现在跟她的丈夫还是住在一起的。
So I'm asking for as low of a bond as possible, Judge, with a no violent contact, assuming that's what the husband wants, and of course, if the court is inclined on doing that as well.
法官大人，如果法庭允许的话，我是要求你给她把保释金降得越低越好。另外，问一下她丈夫是不是没有暴力接触就可以了，让她还可以回家。
Okay, sir, very quickly, I don't want you to testify. Can you turn your camera back on? What was his name?
先生，快一点，你把你的镜头打开好吗？我问你几句话。
Mr. Lee?
李先生。
Yeah.
Okay, please, sir, very quickly.
Was I being caught?
Yes,
Yeah,
very quickly.
yeah.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you give today be true to the best of your knowledge?
李先生，请举起你的右手来。你是不是发誓先生你们所做的证词真话，全部的真话，没有一句不是真话，是吗？
I do.
Okay, you put your head down. I'm gonna ask you some very brief questions. Does your mother live in the home with you and your wife?
好，我问你几个很快的问题哈。你的母亲跟你太太是不是住在一起的？是的。
Yes, they are.
Okay, you all live in the same home.
住在一个家里，好。
And your mother's perspective on this, very briefly. Did your mother wish to have contact with your wife, in your opinion?
据你所知，你母亲是不是要跟你太太还要继续接触呢？她害怕吗？
No, we both don't want to have any contact with her.
我们2个人都不想让你跟她再有任何的接触。
Okay.
I can don't contact with us.
Okay. Thank you for coming to court and making that statement.
好，谢谢你今天来法庭来给我们做这个陈述。
And Judge, on that line, would the court consider her being released to pretrial services? I don't know if anybody's going to be able to bond her out, Judge.
法官大人，如果这种情况下，我不知道还有任何人帮他付保释金，把他保出去了。所以说，你能不能让他去到那个审前输诉办公室，叫他们先把他放了再说，要不然这种情况没人会帮他交保释金的，他不会被保出去的。
All right. All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services per judge. 1,000 on each count.
应诉人哈，不是那个被告哈，我给你2000块钱的签字保释金，就是你签个字就可以了，不用交钱的，去这个审前输诉办公室签字办理就可以了。一项指控是1000块，2个加起来是2000块，你签个字就可以了，签字担保。
She's to have no contact with the alleged victim.
跟这个案子里的受害人不可以有任何的接触。
She's to stay away from the location. She can return one time with law enforcement to get any items.
你不可以再回到那个家去了哈，只能回去一次，通知警察陪着你去，把你的个人物品拿走。
And she's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
在取保候审期间，不可以有武器，不可以喝酒，不可以使用毒品。
Is there anything additional from the state or the defense?
No, Judge.
辩护律师跟州政府那个检察官办公室还有什么别的要说吗？没有了，法官大人。
Yep, Your Honor, she's position number 25 as well. So are you going to set bond for 25?
25. Ms. Falk informed me she's not being held on that. She's already made bond.
Okay, that's correct.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today.
好，女士，你的案子今天就结束了哈，祝你好运。
All right, now we're going to go to 22, the case of Rungua. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Shen.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Shen, your case is 25 CR 0051288A. And what you're charged with battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence.
沈女士哈，沈荣华女士，你的案号是25C2005128A，你有2项起诉，一个是家庭暴力，还有一个是殴打致伤罪哈，殴打伤害罪。
You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
你有保持沉默的权利，任何你说的话都可能成为对你不利的呈堂证据。
You have a right to an attorney, and as you can see, I'm conducting this hearing by video.
你有权利请律师来代表你，你可以看得出来，今天我是通过视频的方式来进行今天的听证会。
Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing?
你明白你的权利吗？你明白今天我们是怎么做这个听证会的吗？
就是我可以请律师，那么我现在可以提出申请请律师吗？
So I can have a lawyer, right? Can I apply to have a lawyer right now?
Your lawyer is here. Mr. Haddad is here to represent you.
你已经有律师了，就是这位先生，何大先生哈，法院已经帮你请好了，在线上这个何大先生。
刚才那位先生对吧？
So the gentleman I just talked to, the gentleman whom I just talked to a moment ago, right?
Correct. That's your
是的，
attorney.
就是那个人，那就是你的律师。
那么我以后怎么和他联系呢？
So how can I get a hold of him in the future?
Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay,
等一
let's
下
go
再
over
说。
this hearing today.
你现在明白不明白你的权利和今天我用这种方式来进行听证会，你明白吗？
听证会我明白了，但是我这个手是被飞利浦给弄伤。
Yes, I understand, but Philip, right? He fractured my hand.
No, no, please don't tell
等一
me
下，
too much
等
about
一
your
下，
case
不要
yet,
管，
okay?
今天不是讲案子的好吗？今天是保释听证。
You have a right to remain silent, and I don't want you to say something to affect that right.
你有权利保持沉默，你不要乱讲话，到时候对你成为不利的呈堂证据啊！不要乱讲话。
All right, Mr. Howard, the history.
Howard 先生，他有什么犯罪历史吗？
Second arrest, 2022 assault dismissed.
他是第2次被捕了。2022年有一次攻击罪，后来那个罪被取消了。
All right, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 28th, officers were dispatched to 8105 Cavendish Place in Johns Creek in reference to a domestic dispute. When on the scene, they met with Philip Funtulis, who's the victim here. He stated he lives in this home.
Oh, wait, that's too much interpretation.
在8月28号，警察去8105这个what's the address? Handash?
8105 Cavendish Place, Johns Creek.
Cavendish Place。8105 Cavendish Place 在 Johns Creek 的。到了现场之后，他碰到一个人，他叫菲利普的人。
Mr. Funtulis stated that he lives in this home with his wife, his mother-in-law, and his father-in-law.
范图勒说，他就是菲利普说，他住在这个房子里，跟他的岳父、岳母还有他太太都住在一起。
And on this date, he and his mother-in-law, who's the defendant, got into an argument over yarn.
Yarn?
Yarn, like YARN, yarn.
哦，OK。在这一天的时候，他跟他的这个岳母因为这个毛线呢就吵起来了。
He threw the yarn and she subsequently an altercation ensued and she scratched him across his neck and chest area.
他把那个毛线就扔到他身上去，完了以后呢，他有抓他的这个脖子和胸部。
And officers observed scratches on his body in his neck and chest area and redness.
警察看到这个他的胸部和脖子上面有抓的痕迹，有红的痕迹。
They spoke to the defendant who denied scratching him and stated that he threw yarn from her hand and subsequently broke the nail on her ring finger and showed officers her finger was bloody and broken, like her nail.
但是这个被告说不是他扔的毛线，是那个人把他手里的毛线抓起来扔掉，在那时候把他的这个就是这个无名指上面的这个 指甲弄破了，而且给警察看他无名指破了，有流血。
是中指，
Officers were able
Not
to
not a ring finger, middle finger.
中
Don't
指。
say anything, ma'am.
OK
Don't
OK，
say
不要说
anything.
话好吗？不要说话。
Officers were able to determine that the defendant was the primary aggressor and placed her under arrest.
警察当时就认为他这个被告他是个主要的进攻人，是发起人，这次争吵打架的，所以就把他抓起来了。
The state's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond, no further contact with Philip Funtulis, stay away from the incident location, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and will sound for Mr. Funtulis. Our conditions, Your Honor, because we have not made contact with the victim in this case.
我们政府的建议是1500块钱的这个履约保释金，完了后在取保候审之间不能够跟那个 Philip Fantulas 有任何的联系，不可以再回到那个地址去。另外在取保候审之间不可以拥有武器，不可以饮酒，不可以使用毒品。请法官叫一下 Fantulas 的名字，因为我们把这个被告抓起来之后，就再也没有跟他这个 Philip Fantulas 有联系。我看他今天是不是在线上？
And we'll sound for Mr. Funtulis.
好，念一下 Fantulas 的名字。
All right. Is Mr. Funtulis present? Wishes to make a brief statement?
Fantulas 先生，你在线上吗？要不要简短的跟法庭讲一下？
All right. Hearing none, Mr. Haddad?
没有Haddad 先生，你说吧。
Judge, my client is 73 years of age.
法官大人，我的当事人已经73岁了。
She was a bookkeeper at a bank for many, many years, but has been retired for more than a decade.
她几十年前就退休了，她以前是在银行做文书工作的。
It appears that her and her husband have moved down from Ohio to Johns Creek to live with their daughter.
她跟她老公一起从俄亥俄州搬到这个 Johns Creek 来，跟她女儿住在一起。
And the alleged victim is her son-in-law.
这个案子里所谓的受害人是她的女婿。
And my client maintains that she's the victim since she suffered a fractured wrist.
我的那个当事人说，他的手都被骨折了，他才是这个案子里真正的受害者。
I also have not been able to reach any of the family members, Judge.
到现在为止，我也联系不上家里的其他人。
Under the circumstances, Judge, I would ask the court to release my client through pretrial services with a no violent contact judge.
法官大人，我要求你通过这个审前输诉办公室，先把我的当事人放了，在取保候审之间，他可以回家，跟他们家里人可以联系，只要没有暴力联系就可以了。
Thank you.
谢谢法官大人。
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, 1,000 on each count.
被告，我给你2000块钱的签字担保哈，签个字就可以了，但是有金额，不用交这个钱，是第一级的，通过这个审前输诉办公室来办理签字，就可以被保出去了。
Do you say have no further violent contact with the alleged victim?
你跟这个案子里的被告受害人没有暴力接触就可以了，可以接触，没有暴力接触就可以了。
And she's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons?
你不可以在取保候审之间不可以拥有武器，不可以喝酒，不可以使用毒品。
And she will be reset further notice because she received signature bond.
你在那个签字保释以后出去以后，法庭会另外安排日子，安排你的听证会，好吗？
Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
还有别的吗？没有了，法官大人。
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today.
好，女士，你的案子今天就结束了哈，祝你有好的运气。
All right. Have we completed our interpretation cases?
Judge, unfortunately, we have a
Not the Spanish, but this
right.
gentleman.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Thank you so much for your assistance today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day, Your Honor. Thank
All
you.
right. Lucia, please state your name for the record.
好啦，好啦。
Madam Interpreter, will you please unmute, state your name for the record?
Sorry, Your Honor. Yes, Lucia Urtusastegui.
Do you swear and affirm, I'm sorry, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will make an accurate translation from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your skills, knowledge, and ability today?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You'll remain under oath for the remainder of this proceeding. Can we put Mr. Haddad in with courtroom? Is the gentleman at courtroom one?
He is, Judge.
All right, can we put Mr. Haddad, courtroom one, and the interpreter into the breakout, please? All right, and can we go to a position that does not belong to Mr. Haddad?
Issue number 8, Garrett.
All right, Mr. Garrett, your case is 25 CR 005122E. You're charged with criminal trespass and damage to property. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, thank you, Mr. Howard.
44. On probation, ag assault, possession of a firearm during the commission, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, or felony first offender. 2024, failure to appear, ag assault conviction. 2022, failure to appear. Yeah, the 2024 simple battery too. 2015 burglary, first degree, criminal damage to property, possession of tools conviction. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Falk. Or Ms. Harrison, is this yours?
Yes, I'm sorry, I was on mute. Your Honor, on May 6th of 2025, a 911 call was placed by Miss Nikila Webb, who's the victim in this case. She was reporting property damage by the defendant, who's the father of her children. This was at 2586 County Line Road in Southwest Atlanta. Officers responded and took Ms. Webb's report and documented the damage. Ms. Webb stated that the defendant had just got out of prison and suffers with alcohol and drugs. They got into an argument because she tried to get him to get his things so she could take him someplace elsewhere, and this upset him. Once they were inside the vehicle, he punched the windshield of her vehicle, cracking it, and officers were able to identify Mr. Garrett off of the information Ms. Webb provided. The cost of Ms. Webb's windshield damage is about $250, which she has provided to the state. We did speak to Ms. Webb. She stated that she thinks that the defendant has a problem and needs some help. He has been in recovery before. Her window is shattered. She confirmed the events in the warrant. And she did state that she would join us in court, and I believe she is here. The state's recommendation is $1,000 surety bond. We're asking for a stay away from the incident location, which is 2586 County Line Road. No further violent contact with Ms. Webb, and she can provide some clarity on that as will sound from Ms. Webb, and that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Webb, if you wish to make a very brief statement, please raise your right hand. Unmute. Unmute.
And while she's unmuting, Your Honor, I forgot to mention the ADET.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, and what are most concerns or any concerns you have for your safety and desires for contact with the defendant? What would you like to tell me?
Well, contact is fine. I just need him to get some help. That's all. He's not a bad person. It's just the drugs and alcohol. Once he get that inside of him, he just turns into a different person. We have 6 grandkids, so the stay away is going to be hard. So I wouldn't suggest that. It's just that suggestion of staying away from the areas of drug and alcohol, where he's used to going to get the drugs and alcohol.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Garrett is 46 years of age. He was able to give me a great mailing address at 201 Washington, as well as a additional residential address that he's maintained for the last 15 years, as he is an Atlanta native. He's currently not employed, so we will ask for the lowest bond that the court will allow in this matter. We would prefer that there not be a stay away and no violent contact with the victim here. But if the court orders, we have no objections to a stay away as well as no contact.
Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. and he'll be reset for the notice of the state all-purpose calendar. Other development can take place at a later date. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case for today.
Position number 3, Campbell.
All right, Mr. Campbell, your case, I'm sorry, Ms. Campbell, my apologies. Your case is 25 CR 005125C. You're charged with 2 counts of battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights today? All right, Mr. Howard. Okay, Mr. Howard's not there? We
Can you
can't
hear me?
No, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right. Second arrest, 2014 affray conviction. Campbell, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
2014 affray. Okay, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, the officers went to 635 Beddick Lane in reference to a domestic dispute. They spoke with Mr. William Scurry, who stated his wife, the defendant, was involved in a physical altercation with her. He had entered the bedroom where she was located. They began having an argument. She went into another bedroom. He followed her, and he stated, Mr. Scurry stated, that the defendant then kicked him. He attempted to restrain her. She proceeded to hit him with a microphone pole, but he did catch it before it could be hit. Before he could be hit. The officers did observe visible scratches on the left side of Mr. Scurry's face and bruising to the right side under his eye. The recommendation on this case is a $4,000 signature bond, or excuse me, a signature bond through pretrial services. No further contact with William Scurry. Stay away from 635 Beddick Lane in South Fulton. FVIP, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no firearms. The state is making that recommendation based on the fact that she only has 1 prior arrest. We have not made contact with Mr. Scurry, so we do not know what the wishes of Mr. Scurry are regarding contact or the stay away. However, this did happen in the last 24 hours, actually less than. It happened about 9:54 last night. We do ask to sound for Mr. Scurry at this time, and that's all for the state.
All right, is Mrs. Scurry present and wishes to make a brief statement?
Yes, I was under the impression it was a dual arrest.
Is it a dual arrest? Was Mrs. Scurry arrested as well?
Let me check, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sorry to pipe in. Yes, Mr. Scurry is in custody, Judge.
Oh, okay.
But
All right. So, Ms. McLeod, in light of that information, do you object to a signature bond through pretrial and then no further violent contact?
No further violent contact. That would be just fine, Your Honor. My client tells me they are married and they live together.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's going to take the 1-day anger awareness course and have no further violent contact with Mr. Scurry, have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing?
It looks like Mr. Scurry's case will appear on tomorrow's calendar. There just seemed to be a difference in the booking time. He was not booked until after 6 a.m. this morning.
That's unfortunate for Mrs. Scurry. All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned. That concludes Ms. Campbell's case for today.
Your
All
Honor,
right.
that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a wonderful long weekend, Ms. McLeod.
Thank you, Your Honor. The same to you.
All right. Can we take the interpretation case now?
That is position number 19, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Is this Jefferson Reyes Arena?
¿Es usted el señor? Oh, my microphone was on. ¿Es usted el señor Jefferson Reyes Arena?
All right, your case is 25 CR 005119C. In this case, you're charged with theft by receiving stolen property.
Este es el caso 25CR005119C. Su acusación es un delito menor de hurto por recepción de bienes robados.
You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que usted diga puede ser y será usada en contra suyo.
You have a right to an attorney, and Mr. Haddad is here to represent you.
Tiene el derecho a tener un abogado y el señor Haddad es el abogado defensor público que está aquí para defenderlo.
I am conducting this hearing by video. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing?
Yo estoy haciendo este video esta audiencia por medio de video. ¿Comprende usted eso y comprende usted sus derechos?
Sí, señora.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard.
Y piden sus antecedentes primero.
You waiting on me?
Yes.
Oh, second arrest, 2022 illegal alien. Has an ice hole and a fugitive warrant out of New York for burglary.
Okay.
Este es su segundo arresto. El primero fue en el 2022 por estar aquí de forma ilegal. Tiene una orden de detención por ICE, por la Oficina del Gobierno de Inmigración. Y aparte tiene una orden de captura por fugitivo en el estado de Nueva York por robo.
All right, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 27th, officers were in the process of an ongoing investigation for a burglary that occurred on August 23rd.
Y le piden a la fiscal que indique lo que sucedió. Y dice que el 27 de agosto los agentes de policía estaban investigando, estaban en serie de investigaciones por un robo que había ocurrido el 23 de agosto.
A neighbor had witnessed two males in a gray SUV sitting outside a residence on a date and saw them jump out of the car and run to the back of a house that was burglarized. And they were able to provide police with specific details about that vehicle.
En ese día, un vecino indicó que había una minivan gris estacionada y que dos individuos salieron de esa minivan, entraron por la parte de atrás de una casa y pudieron hacer un robo.
Officers traced this vehicle for a number of days since the 23rd. On the 27th, issued a stop for it in DeKalb County due to this arrest. Due to this incident, sorry.
Los agentes de policía investigaron este vehículo y este vehículo fue encontrado el 27 de agosto en el condado de DeKalb, en el cual los agentes procedieron a parar el vehículo y hacer los arrestos.
Officers stopped the car leaving a Home Depot, and investigators arrived on the scene and confirmed that this was the vehicle that they believed was observed outside the home where thousands of dollars of items were stolen.
Los agentes de policía detuvieron el vehículo hasta que los investigadores llegaron. Los investigadores confirmaron que ellos piensan que este es el vehículo que estaban buscando, que tenía que ver con el robo de miles de dólares.
More particularly, a $665 black Louis Vuitton wallet was of interest to the police.
Específicamente, una billetera Louis Vuitton de $665 fue de interés para la policía.
Officers made contact with the passenger of the vehicle, who was the defendant, and subsequently found the wallet on his person.
Los agentes de policía hablaron con el pasajero del vehículo y encontraron esa billetera en su persona.
He gave officers inconsistent stories about how he obtained the wallet, saying that he found it and then saying that he purchased it, along with his friend Juan, who was the driver of the vehicle.
Él dio una historia inconsistente a los agentes de policía, inicialmente diciendo que se la había encontrado, después diciendo que la había comprado y entonces todo esto al lado de el señor Juan, que era quien conducía el vehículo.
When officers asked why he was lying, he stated he didn't want to get in trouble for having the wallet or get others in trouble for him having the wallet either.
El agente policía, al preguntarle por qué estaba mintiendo, la respuesta fue que él no quería tener ningún problema por haber tenido la billetera, ni que nadie cerca de él tuviese ningún problema por tener la billetera.
Your Honor, ultimately, officers were able to trace this wallet back to the incident location of the burglary, which they believe that all of this is tied together. And in light of the defendant's criminal history, his previous criminal history with a warrant out of New York for burglary, the state's recommendation is a $2,500 surety bond.
Su señoría, ya que tenemos el historial de este acusado y además este caso tiene que ver con una orden de captura por el robo en el estado de Nueva York, lo que nosotros estamos pidiendo es un bono de fianza asegurado de $2,500.
Stay away from 780 Hopewell PI Drive in Alpharetta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And again, we do want to reiterate that we do believe that the defendant is a danger to the community, and as such, that's why our recommendation is a surety bond.
También una orden judicial de permanecer lejos de la dirección 780 Hopewell PI Drive en Alpharetta. Y nuevamente la fiscalía quiere decirle nuevamente a su señoría que nosotros pensamos que este individuo es un peligro para la comunidad y que queremos un bono de fianza asegurado.
That'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
Y eso es todo por la fiscalía, su señoría.
Mr. Haddad?
Judge, my client is 36 years of age, works in construction, and actually lives in New York.
Su señoría, ahora va el abogado defensor. Su señoría, mi cliente tiene 36 años de edad, trabaja en construcción y vive en Nueva York.
Due to the holds, I would ask the court to consider either a $500 or $1,000 surety bond, Judge. And I've already told them his next court date will probably be September 11th.
Debido a las órdenes de retención que existen en contra suya, le pido a su señoría una fianza de $500 o $1,000 asegurados y también le dije a mi cliente que su siguiente corte va a ser el 11 de septiembre.
Okay. Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and stay away from that location.
Y la orden judicial es un bono de fianza asegurado con $1,000. No puede tener armas, no usar drogas ni alcohol mientras está fuera bajo fianza y debe permanecer lejos de esa dirección y esa ubicación.
All right. Is there anything additional from the state of defense?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, sir. That concludes your case for today. Best of luck to you.
Eso es todo su caso el día de hoy, señor. Buena suerte. And Your Honor, if that is all my business with the court, may I please be excused?
Yes, you may. But sound before you go, please.
Yes, ma'am. Damas y caballeros, si es que hay alguien en la llamada de Zoom que necesite un intérprete en español, por favor, abra su cámara y su micrófono y déjenos saber. Y si es que hay alguien detenido en la cárcel que necesite un intérprete en español, por favor, déjeme saber. Levante su mano o párese.
All right, hearing none. Thank you, Lucia. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend, Your Honor.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Who do we have next?
Next, Judge, I have position number 11, Ms. Jones.
Ms. Jones, your case is 25 CR 005146B. You're charged with battery and simple battery. You understand, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Howard.
Jones, I got second arrest. 04 workers' compensation making false and misleading statements. And she went to felony. I don't know what her bond was though.
I saw $25,000 surety bond.
Okay. The charge is ag assault.
Yes, Judge, and it is a different victim, just so the court is aware. It was yesterday. She went to felony first appearance.
Understood. Thank you. Ms. Fall?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on August 27th, 2025 at 650 Roswell Road in Atlanta. Officers spoke with Ms. Persephone Gilliard, who stated she was at that location and the defendant, who also resides in that location, began arguing with her. The altercation became physical when the defendant threw a cup at Miss Gilliard. Miss Gilliard was able to move out of the way without being struck. The defendant then lunged at her and attempted to strike her several times. Those strikes were then blocked by Mr. Chase Jones, who is both a witness in our case and the victim of the aggravated assault. He was also present during this incident. Miss Jones was, however, able to get past Mr. Chase Jones and make contact with Miss Gilliard and scratch her about the arms during the incident, which left on her wrist and forearm area visible lacerations that were bleeding. We did speak with Miss Gilliard. She stated the defendant is a family friend and that she is friends with the defendant's son. She stated she has been staying there for 2 months, and the defendant, she believes, has some ADET issues and gets irate. She stated that it's Mr. Jones's name who's on the lease, but the apartment is occupied by the defendant, the grandson, and the victim, and the defendant got irate in the previous instance, which is the aggravated assault, and stabbed her grandson, who is Mr. Chase Jones. The victim also stated in this case that the police, that she had been previously placed in a program. However, when she got back, she was still behaving erratically. And she stated during this incident, Miss Gilliard came home, heard the defendant yelling at her grandson, Mr. Chase Jones. She came out, and then that's when this altercation started. I am going to ask for a $5,000 surety bond, $3,000 on the battery, $2,000 on the simple battery. No further contact with Persephone Gilliard. Stay away from 650 Roswell Road, apartment 121 in Atlanta. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no firearms. I will also add that Miss Gilliard did state that the defendant at one point was screaming the grandson was going to die, and her son was going to die, and the victim was going to die, Miss Gilliard. So at that point, that's when they called 911, and the defendant was arrested on this case and the aggravated assault, which happened about 12 days prior to this case. We are asking for this bond, although she has no prior history except for that one offense due to the violence and escalating violence that is happening in this home. And we would like to sound for Persephone Gilliard at this time. That's all for the state.
All right, is Ms. Gilliard present and wants to make a very brief statement that doesn't rehash the facts? I see Ms. Gilliard on the line. If you wish to make a statement, this is your opportunity. Please turn on your camera, raise your right hand. Okay, Mr. Haddad?
Your Honor, my client is 63 years of age. She says that she's retired. In light of the stay away and bond conditions on the other case, we're kind of handcuffed here. So a stay away is fine in this particular case, Judge, in light of the other stay away. I would just ask the court to consider just a $2,000 bond maybe. I mean, she still has to post the other much more significant bond, Judge.
All right, thank you. Defendant is going to receive a $2,500 surety bond, 2,000, count 1, 500, count 2. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. And as a reminder, this case will be reset to September 11th. Is there anything additional? All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Jones. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Number 18, Ragland.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Ragland. Your case is 25 CR 0051188A. You're charged with possession of dangerous drugs. Do you understand your rights? Mr. Howard?
8. On probation, battery DV, crude 10 the third. I see open battery DV 3 counts, crude 10 the third. Simple battery DV 24 CR 00688E. 2022 battery, simple battery conviction. 2022 simple battery DV obstruction conviction. State.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. On August 27th, officers responded to a criminal trespass call. at 48 Wyman Street. The property of the manager, Ms. Locklear, told officers that no one was supposed to be in the location. When they arrived in the location, they encountered the defendant in a back bedroom in the rear of the location. There was also multiple other people in the location. The defendant was detained. Officers searched the property and they found 3 bottles of promethazine and some marijuana in the house, about 8 grams. Specifically in a backpack, though, they found a bag of marijuana and I'm sorry, in the bag they found these drugs, and they found an envelope with the defendant's name on the bag. So when they spoke to him, he actually did confirm that the bag was his, and that's how the charges came about. State's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond, a stay away from the incident location of 48 Wyman Street, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and that would be all for the state, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Haddad?
Your Honor, my client is 22 years of age, Judge. He's a high school graduate, was working at Home Depot. Judge, in light of the charge, I would just ask the court to consider maybe a signature bond through the jail, Judge.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, stay away from that location. And his case will be reset to all purpose on the 11th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Ragland. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
I want to Antoine Dukes. He's not on the calendar. Is there any particular reason why?
I'm sorry, the name was?
Antoine Dukes.
Yes, that case is being evaluated as an aggravated assault strangulation. I have not yet received a response from the DA's office, so that will be reset till tomorrow. It is not a Riverside issue.
All right, thank you. Judge, I have two waived. I'm sorry. Yes, Judge, I have 2 positions that waive their appearance. Position number 20, Rivers.
Okay, otherwise is ACDC complete?
Yes, I just have to do those 2 cases and then just let them know about their bonds.
Okay, so let's do the waive cases. 25 CR 005066B, in which G Angle Visit Rivers is charged with 2 counts of battery, family violence, and 2 counts of simple battery. Mr. Howard?
So third arrest, 2016 terrorist threats. It was reduced to disorderly conduct conviction. 2013 terrorist threats, first offender.
Okay.
Your Honor, officers arrived on August 25th to 2148 Wilson Avenue. Upon the arrival, they met with Tariana Rivers and her mother, Israela Rivers, who reported that Tariana had been assaulted by her sister with a cell phone. Ms. Israela stated that she asked Tariana to go to the car to get a mask, and as she was returning to the residence, medics were on the scene and asked Diego to stand up, which is the defendant, so Tariana could pass by. And as Tariana walked by, the defendant struck her in the head and the mouth with a cell phone. And officers observed visible injuries on Ms. Tariana, a knot on her left forehead and a swollen, busted upper lip. The defendant did have current warrants outstanding at the time of this incident for intimidation, which the officers noted in the warrant. The actual call, Your Honor, was in reference to a suicide. So Ms. Israela stated that she felt like the defendant was just doing that to get attention, so she didn't want to go to jail. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, is a $3,000 surety bond. We're asking for a stay away from the incident location, no contact with Tariana, and Israela Rivers, a social worker visit for a BHET and residential needs, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And we'll sound for Tariana Rivers at this time, Your Honor, and that'll be all for this.
All right, is Tariana Rivers present? I see Israela Rivers. If you are, please unmute, raise your right hand if you wish to make a very brief statement. You're not required to, but if you want to, this is your opportunity. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Tariana Rivers, we'll go with you first. What I'm most concerned with is concerns for your safety and if you wish to have contact. Please don't get into anything medical about the defendant.
Can my mom speak for me?
Well, I'm gonna let you speak for, you don't wish to make a statement?
I can explain it to her.
No. How old are you, Miss Rivers?
She's autistic. That's why I'm speaking on her behalf.
Okay.
And we was at first appearance for.
Okay, I don't know who, you need to come into view very quickly. What is your name?
I'm sorry, Yana. I don't know what happened with my phone.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very quickly, please do not mention anything medical or any type of things like that. What would you like to tell me?
Okay, on yesterday, there was a first appearance held from a previous charge that she had regarding Tariana. At that time, the judge set a bond and put some conditions in place because Tariana said she was not in fear. The judge didn't have an issue with her remaining in the home. He just put some restrictions in place that there's to be no violent contact, that she is to be made to stay off
Right,
social media.
I'm aware of those things. So what would you like to tell me additionally?
What Tariana is wanting is that if the angel can be released on a signature bond, she's not in fear of her sister. The angel does have some documented mental health issues. There's never been there's not a previous violence with her. She's never been violent. So we just want her to come home. And we just hoping that she could be granted a signature bond.
All right, thank you. Mr. Haddad?
Judge, I was, on behalf of my client, I was going to ask for a signature bond through pretrial services under these different circumstances. My client was in court yesterday in Superior Court. She was granted a $10,000 bond with a no violent contact.
It was $10,000 surety?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. I'm sorry, keep going, Mr. Haddad.
And the restrictions as noted by the mom, which is no violent contact, and there might be a couple other conditions. But in light of that, Judge, I would just ask the court to consider a signature bond through pretrial. In this particular case, Judge, she'll still have to make bond on the felony charge, Judge.
Okay. All right. Defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond, $250 on each count. She is to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case. I am not gonna enforce a stay away. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and of course, she must abide by all of the conditions set by the Superior Court bond as well. Is there anything additional from State or Defense? All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. What was the other waive case?
Judge, that was position number 14, Mason.
All right, let's take that one. DA Dizana Mason, 25 CR 005147Y, in which she's charged with theft by taking. Mr. Howard?
26. On probation out of college. Egg stalking. What else? 2024 trespass conviction. 1, 2. That's 3 of them. 2023 shoplifting obstruction conviction. 2023 trespass conviction, obstruction conviction. Another 2023 trespass conviction.
All right, thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. With Miss Mason's case, that happened at Emory Midtown Hospital. The defendant had gone into that location and removed a bag that contained the victim's keys, wallet, and I believe her $100 in cash as well. The victim in this case was Alicia Crittenden, who was an employee at that location, and the bag was stolen from behind the nurse's station. One of the doctors, Dr. Watson, witnessed the defendant leaving the hospital with the bag under her arm, and officers were able to make contact with the defendant and ask for a search of her bag, which she agreed to, which led the officers to find the license of the victim as well as some of the belongings that she had described prior to the bag being found. The defendant then spontaneously uttered that she stole the bag, knows it was not hers, and then was placed under arrest. We are going to ask for in this case, Your Honor, because the defendant has 23 cycles and is a multi-state offender. She also has 1 cycle out of South Carolina, for the bond to remain as set, which is a $1,000 surety bond. Stay away from 550 Peachtree Street Northeast, which is Emory University Midtown, unless for medical treatment. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no further contact with Alicia Crittenden. We would like to sound for Ms. Crittenden at this time, and that's all for the state.
All right, Ms. Crittenden, if you wish to make a very brief statement, this is your opportunity. Please raise your right hand. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, what would you like to tell me very briefly, because this is a bond hearing, she's entitled to a bond today, and there'll be other hearings where we flesh out the facts of the case. What would you like to tell me?
I know it was said to not have any contact with me, but being that my license, medication, and stuff all had my address on it, and none of those things were returned, I kind of have fear for my safety in my home.
I appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, all right?
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Haddad?
Judge, I would ask the court to follow the state's recommendation.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from where the victim resides, as well as the hospital if she is not receiving medical treatment. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and she will be reset to all purpose on the 11th of September. Is there anything additional from the state or the defense?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. That case is concluded and ACDC can be excused.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Take care. Who do we have in courtroom 2?
Number 5, Dennis.
All right, Ms. Dennis, your case is 25 CR 005129F. You're charged with battery and simple battery. Do you understand your rights today? Is that a yes? All right, Mr. Howard.
7. Got an open battery 23 CR 007281F. Was arrested this year for hit and run, failure to stop scene of an accident. That's it.
All right, thank you. Ms. Fultz?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on April 16th of 2025. Officers were flagged down on the 17th at 2025 at 2075 Allison Court. Miss Bell, who is the victim in this case, stated she was at the location around 10:30 that evening and stated that the defendant, she noticed her former friend, who she only knows as TT, walking up and asking her if she wanted to fight. And that's Miss Kiara Bell. Miss Bell was holding her 1-year-old baby at the time. She said no. The defendant, the individual named TT, proceeded to slap her and pull her by the hair in the parking lot. She stated that she placed the baby down at that point, struck TT in the nose to defend herself, and then TT's friend, who is the defendant, then joined into the fight, grabbing and pulling on her hair. She was able to give a lot of detail as far as the name being Amanda, as well as her description and what she was wearing. Officers then went to 2075 Allison Court, did not see anyone matching the description, but were able to view video footage. And once they viewed video footage, that assisted them with making a positive identification of the defendant. I will state that the defendant has a previous hit and run charge from August, I believe it was, if I'm not incorrect, August 24th of 2025, which was 5 days ago, as well as a 2015 FTA. We did have an opportunity to speak with Miss Kiara Bell. She stated that the defendant pulled her hair out, cracked her car windshield, and she has scratches from this incident as a result of the defendant's behavior. She does want a no contact to stay away, and she also wanted to note that although TT, or Miss Allen, Tylisha Allen, was the main aggressor in the incident, that it was the defendant who also joined in. However, she is mainly concerned with Miss Allen's involvement in this matter. We are asking for a $3,000 surety bond, $2,000 on the battery, $1,000 on the simple battery, no further contact with Kiara Bell, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And we're going to ask for 8 weeks of anger awareness courses. We would like to at this time sound for Kiara Bell.
Is Ms. Bell present? All right, hearing none, Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Dennis is 33 years of age. She is an Atlanta native. She was able to provide me with the residential address that she's maintained the last 10 years. She currently has her bachelor's in criminology, and she will be starting a master's program on September 2nd, a master's in science. We're requesting a signature bond on her behalf. She does not have any recent failure to appears. As the state mentioned, the last one was 10 years ago. She's the primary caregiver for her 2 children. She's urgently wanting to get back to her 2 children who she's the primary caregiver for. We have no objections to no contact, as well as a stay away from the incident location. Again, we are requesting a signature bond. On her behalf, she maintains that this incident, she was not involved in the fight. She was only breaking it up. Even the victim stated to the state that she was not the primary aggressor here. So again, the signature bond is our request.
We're gonna hold for one brief second.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $2,000 surety bond, 1,500 on count 1, 500 on count 2. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. And stay away, was there a stay away requested, Ms. Falk?
Yes. Well, stay
Sort
away
of.
from the residence or workplace because the place that it happened was a convenience store.
All right, stay away from the residence or workplace of the victim and have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. Is there anything additional?
That's all for the state, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am. Who do we have next?
Position 1, Ms. Benjamin.
Is the courtroom clear?
Okay, we can do her last. Let's go to position 13, Malone.
Okay, good afternoon. Ms. Malone, your case is 25 CR 005127H. You're charged with simple battery. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard.
Third arrest, 2018, disorderly conduct. That's his 4th arrest. 2017, failure to appear. 2017, disorderly conduct, reckless conduct conviction.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor. Officers were dispatched to 98 Anderson Avenue, which is Kip Atlanta Collegiate, on August 28th in reference to an altercation. When they arrived, they spoke with Ms. Malone, the defendant, who actually called and informed officers that her son's watch was stolen by another student. The incident had happened the day before, and she informed officers that this was a white G-Shock watch. So this particular day, they went to campus to find the young boy who was accused of stealing the watch. And when they approached him, and this again is the defendant, her child, and officers, the guy began to walk away and he took his book bag off. The officers told him to come back. He continued to try to walk off. The defendant's son got into a fighting stance with this boy and they began to fight. Officers were able to stop the fight, of course, and detain the 2 juveniles. But while they were on the scene, they were informed that the defendant had actually hit one of the juveniles, so she was detained. An officer saw the video footage of her actually striking the boy that her son was fighting. So she was placed under arrest for that, Your Honor, for punching the juvenile boy during the altercation. The state's recommendation is a $2,000 surety bond, no contact with the victim, who's a minor CB, stay away from the school property unless she necessarily has to go up there, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And we were unable to get in contact with the minor or any guardian for him, and that'll be all.
All right, what is the last name of the minor? So I can
Early.
erase that. All right, is there a guardian on the line for that purpose, for that particular minor? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, on behalf of Ms. Malone, she's 47 years of age, Judge. She's worked at a funeral home for the last 20 years. She's born and raised here in Atlanta. I think she's a good candidate to be released to pretrial services, Judge, and that would be my request.
Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety. I'm sorry, yeah, $1,000 surety bond. She's to stay away from that location unless she has official business that requires her to be at that school. She's to have no contact with that alleged victim and have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. She will be reset to all purpose on September the 11th. Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Malone. Who do we have next?
Number 23, Mr. Wilson.
Ms. Wilson, your case is 25 BR 005130F. You're charged with theft by taking. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard.
Second, 2014, theft by taking possession of marijuana.
Okay.
No, you said Wilson or Williams?
Wilson.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is in line with the preset magistrate bond, which is a $600 surety bond. The defendant is accused of using Fulton County government property, specifically an ID, mileage, and pen fuel to fill up her personal vehicle with gas. $600 surety and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and that'll be all for the state.
All right, Mr. Haddad.
Judge, my client is 30 years of age, Judge. She has some college in her. She was employed, but not sure she still has her job. She has 4 kids, Judge, ranging from 13 to as young as 1. I would ask the court to consider releasing her through pretrial services due to her limited income, Judge, and number of kids.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $25 cash fine. She is to stay away from, well, what was the location again, Ms. Harrison? It was a Fulton County.
Yeah, 3977 Aviation Circle, Northwest.
Okay, so she needs to stay away from that location, have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and because she's getting a cash fine, she's also going to all purpose on the 11th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Wilson. Who do we have next?
Your Honor, stand by. We finna clear the courtroom for the last case.
Thank you. Is that the last case?
For me, yes, ma'am.
Okay, there was an add-on calendar. Are we, what was the announcement for that?
She said ACDC. I don't have her.
Oh, is ACDC still on the line? I saw a
ACDC is still on the line.
Your Honor, I think the add-on, I thought it was a not on docket.
Right. She had 2 cases. The first case was not on docket because it was a statute of limitations issue. This is her second case.
Well, Judge, that it's gonna be, I believe it's a I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a conflict. I can't remember. I'm getting everything confused now. But we'll, we can talk to her, Judge, if ACDC can.
If ACDC, do you have a number, Mr. Haddad, to call? Do you represent this defendant?
No, Judge, because it was a not on docket.
Right. No, I mean the defendant who's at courtroom too. That's Ms. Tucker's case.
Yes, Judge. I'll contact ACDC and see what we can.
Right. That's what I said. Please call ACDC if you can. Thank you, Mr. Haddad, for that.
Thank you.
All right. Please turn off the live stream.